Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by the Obviously Lee Authentic channel. My name's Leah, that's spelled L-E-A, not L-E-A-H. So we're going to be talking about Married to Medicine. I'm going to try to make this a quick video because I really feel like this episode was a filler. I don't know why they came out like that, y'all. My bad. But yeah, I don't think this episode was a lot. I really do think it was a filler. There was only maybe like 3 situations that I think, well, actually 4 situations that I think were important. Number 1, it was a continuation of the fight between Lisa Nicole and Heavenly. And mind you, they put so much emphasis on the way Lisa was yelling. She was like, "Get this lady, get her off my God bus, get her off." She sounded like an old white woman. I was weak. I was weak. But like, she calmed down. And then it was basically like everybody chilled out. Obviously, you can tell the ladies have some type of love and respect for each other. It may not be the best, but like for you to be stuck on an RV with a group of people you don't like for 9 hours, that would be torture. It would be torture either way, even if I was on there with my friends, because I hate riding in cars that long. The longest I've been in a car is when my family drove from Virginia to Texas. That was over a 24-hour drive. That made me hate taking road trips. I mean, I can give you a solid, like a good 6 hours, and then I'm like, okay, we good. Anything over 6 hours, I don't want to do it. We don't need to go. If we ain't got money to get on an Amtrak train or take a plane, we don't need to go. We just don't. So then we have, they finally made it to Jekyll Island. It was like 4 a.m. when they got there. The rooms look nice. They look basic, but like, it still look nice. Everybody is like, going through their stuff, putting out their stuff. And then we see Carrie and Lisa on the beach and they pick up a dead stingray. I was like, why would you touch that? Do you know how much bacteria is on that? Like ocean bacteria. I hope they wash their hands. So then Heavenly and Toya speak. And they kind of had like a nice conversation. Do I think their truth will last? No. But I think it was a nice conversation that needed to be had. Basically, Toya's feelings have just been hurt. And instead of her being an adult and just saying, you know what, the things that you have said about me and my husband have hurt my feelings, she's just been lashing out like a child. But she finally said, you know what, she told Heavenly how she felt. She said, I looked up to you, and the way that the way you have demeaned me and my husband, it's hurt my feelings. And Heavenly said, she was joking, but she joked too much, and she apologized. And then Toya said sorry as well, and they moved on. So it was cute. It was actually like a nice scene. I was surprised that Heavenly apologized, and I also was surprised that Toya said sorry as well. And the fact that she said she was going to work on her attitude and trying not to lash out at people, but meeting situations with kindness. So I was like, I bet. So then there's Quad contestant and Jackie. So the 3 of them are walking, and she basically tells them about Scott might be cheating with the whole what's it called, life coach that he met on the internet that he not paying. And basically Contessa says she doesn't want a divorce. She says, the way she deals with this situation is like she just keeps her head in the sand. And then the thing that I find the most horrible is that Layla, the little girl that be out, like the youngest who be out there, said that like daddy got a girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, that's disrespectful. Even if it's with my parents, my parents just celebrated their 29th wedding anniversary. And for the most part, I've seen them have a healthy and good relationship. Is it perfect? No, but it's like a realistic representation of a relationship. Like, they have their arguments, they have their fights, but I've never seen, like, my mom calls my dad her boyfriend, and my dad calls my mom his girlfriend. Like, I've never seen them, like, mention other people unless they're, like, telling us stories about their exes and things of that nature. So it would never come out of my mouth or my sister's mouth to think that, like, oh, my dad got a girlfriend. So that's disrespectful. And I mean, I don't know if Layla is trying to tell her mama like, yo, he out here, but that's disrespectful. I like that's disrespectful. That there's no if, ands, or buts about it. Like that little girl calling saying that there's somebody else is like his girlfriend, and then she is on the phone and she talks to Suri, and we see that later on in the episode. And Layla was like trying to tell Contessa like a funny joke on FaceTime, and we see Scott in the bed and they laying in the bed together. And she's like, I asked Siri, called Dr. Scott's girlfriend, and Siri said which one. And Contessa, you can tell Contessa was like, that's not funny. And I'm looking at Scott like, yo, that ain't funny. You need to nip that in the bud. Like, do you have a girlfriend? Are you dropping hints that you got a girlfriend? Because if you are, let the girl know so she can move on with her life and be happy. But Contessa doesn't want to get a divorce. Like, she wants her marriage to work. She's scared of divorce. She basically says, everybody's saying like the grass is greener on the other side, but is it really? Which is understandable because we know about her upbringing with like her mom being sick and then her dad being on drugs. Like she's never really had like stability, and Scott is that stability, so she's scared of losing it. But she's tired of being in a relationship that's not working for her. So I don't know. Hopefully they can fix it. But it was nice that she had Quad and Jackie to confide in, because like Jackie said, you're dealing with two women who dealt with infidelity different. Quad chose to get a divorce and Jackie chose to stay in her marriage and work it out. So like there is a good thing. Quad is living her best life and Jackie seems to be really happy with staying with Curtis. So there's good on both sides. Like you can work it out and make it better, or you can move on and still have a better life. So then the night continues. Everybody's getting ready to go to dinner. We see Quad, Jackie, and Simone talking about the situation because Simone don't know what's going on. And basically, they letting her in on the stuff like, girl, he might be cheating. And Simone was like, ooh. Like, she was like, she knew it was a problem, but she didn't think it was that bad. And then she was saying that, like, Jackie said she probably would have left Curtis if it wasn't for the group helping her. And Simone said the same thing. She probably would have left Cecil. So they just really want to help. And I like that. I like that they want to help their relationship. It seems like this group of ladies and men want the best for all of like each other. Like they want to have successful relationships, and if they can't be successful together, they either advocate for them to move on with their lives but still be a part of the group. And I think that's nice. I think that's what everybody needs. Everybody needs like a solid group of friends that they can depend on and learn from and rely on when they're going through bad things. So then we get to the dinner. They driving the go-karts, looking a mess. It was nice to see what's her name? Dr. Heavenly and Jackie, and Simone having a good time, the Golden Girls. It was cute. So they're at the table. The food looked good. And then Carrie, with her messy little self, decides to do a game to be like, write down rumors that you heard of each other. So I wrote them down. So there was one that said LaToya is bisexual. LaToya said she's not bisexual, but she did explore her sexuality before she got with Eugene, which there ain't nothing wrong with that. And then LaToya, it comes out that LaToya and Quad kiss. Why did I call her LaToya? I hope I have not been calling that lady LaToya. Toya and Quad kiss. And then there was another one where like another rumor said, oh, and mind you, Anila is here now. Anila was at the table, and there was another one that said Anila doesn't know how to budget. So she automatically assumes that it was Toya who wrote it. And Toya was like, no, because I told you to your face. And it's not a rumor. And I was like, dang, girl. And then Anila writes, Lisa Nicole and Carrie stole $400 from her when they was in DC. And so Anila's rationale for it is that like when the ladies, Lisa Nicole and Carrie got ready in her room, but she couldn't find her $400. And I was kind of with everybody else that was like, Lisa Nicole don't need $400 from you. As much as I don't see it for Lisa like that, I really don't think she stole the money. Maybe you misplaced it. Granted, she a crook, but Lisa does big crook, like fraud types of stuff, you know? Um, I really don't think she stole the $400. And if she really was hurting for it, I feel like she should have brought it to the table. Like, why would you wait until you got in front of all of the ladies and started coming at Lisa? And I was with Lisa, like, when she was like, I don't need your money. Like, chill out. Like, cut it out. And Carrie and everybody was like looking at her like, girl, you really think she stole $400 for you? Like, Quad even said, like, stealing is a serious accusation to press upon someone. So are you totally sure she stole your money? And like Contessa was like, I don't think she stole your money. Like, nobody thinks she stole her money. So it just made Anila look stupid. And then Anila brought up about the blogging. So I remember when Anila said she charged like $400 for a story post, or like it was like between $250 and $400. Well, she never got her money from Lisa Nicole, and she did one story. And the thing is like, Lisa Nicole did the right thing with her business practice. She was like, well, did you send me an invoice? And what's her name? Anila's like, no, we had a verbal agreement. I said, you had a verbal agreement, but why wouldn't you invoice her so you could keep those records for yourself? Like, that's what you do. And even Simone was like, no one asked to be invoiced. No one wants a bill. And then Lisa Nicole was like, I gave you 2 dresses. So I guess Lisa was saying like, I gave you those 2 dresses for free. So that was your payment. And then Lisa nipped it in the bud real quick and was like, girl, just send me the invoice if it's that serious. And I was with her. Like, Anila was trying to have a moment, like Toya said, trying to have a soap opera moment. And it was like, it wasn't going nowhere because everybody was like, you didn't send her an invoice. So why would you think you would get paid? Like, you didn't bill her. You didn't bill her. That's your bad business practice. And then it's Anila versus Toya again. And basically Anila is still in her feelings, but I'm kind of tired of Anila and her histrionics when it comes to Toya, because she wants to have a private conversation with Toya, but Toya doesn't want to have the conversation. And she even said, look, I need a minute. And then Anila is like, why can't you just say I'm sorry? And I can tell Anila is really hurt, but it's kind of like, if you keep trying and you're not getting anywhere, just stop and push, like, let the friendship go. Maybe right now y'all just need space, and then eventually y'all will come back to each other and like move on. They are thinking about bringing the men to the to Jekyll Island so they can help Scott and Contessa with their issues. I don't know if it's gonna work. Who really knows? But like I said, this was a filler episode. I saw the trailer for the reunion. The reunion looked good. It's 3 parts. That's 2. It's 3 parts. So I think it's going to be good. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic. And drop in the comments below and let me know how you feel about this episode. And if you saw the trailer for the reunion, what do you think? And what you are excited to see? And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.